Hey guys, it's me, Amy. Welcome to Become Your Own Favorite Chef. I want to tell you a story about a food that changed my life. When I was a teenager, I had this place that gave me an almond bar, just a tiny bite for dessert. And I never had that much amount of almond extract, if any amount of almond extract before, and that flavor was just the greatest flavor I've ever tasted. I mean, it was amazing. And after that, I was obsessed about making this recipe and figuring it out. After at least 10 trials, I promise I have found a recipe that tastes even better than those bars at that restaurant. They explode with almond extract flavor, yet they're dense and moist and oh my gosh, just so good. They're a huge hit with everybody, and so now I'm going to share with you my secret. Alright, the first thing we're going to do in this process is melt 2 full sticks of butter. I stuck them in a microwave-safe bowl big enough that I'm going to mix my batter in for about 1.5 minutes on high in the microwave. Then you'll take 2 cups of sugar. Now you want to mix your butter and your sugar together until it is pale yellow and creamy. Once those are well incorporated, you're going to add your 3 eggs one at a time. And you're going to mix in between so that each egg incorporates perfectly. And there's a trash bag back there. I'm not throwing eggs on the floor. When you're incorporating your 3rd egg in, I love to keep this going a little bit longer. Mix it really, really long because the longer you mix it, the frothier things get, which makes your almond bars a little more fluffy. They're going to be dense, so it's okay to make them a little fluffy. When your mix is a pale yellow like that and it's thickened up a bit, that's what you're looking for. Next, we're going to add a pinch of salt, just a little bit. You know, adding salt to sweets usually brings out other flavors besides the salt. That's why they do that. And I'm actually going to add 2 tablespoons or an entire ounce bottle of imitation almond extract. Call me crazy, but I've experimented with this recipe, and real almond extract doesn't taste as strong in these almond bars as the imitation almond extract. So save a couple bucks and just get the fake stuff and add the whole thing, seriously. Once that almond extract is incorporated, oh, it smells so good. And in fact, one time I was making these almond bars and I had my hair all the way down. In fact, this is a little dangerous. And that smells so good that while I was still mixing, I bent down and smelled it just to enjoy that smell. And this blender right here caught a chunk of my hair and ripped it right out. It was awful. I was just crying and oh, it was so bad. And I had a bald spot about the size of a nickel on my head for a while. It is so embarrassing. So I know it smells good, but turn off the machines before you get close. All right. Also, this smells so strong right now, it might seem like a little much, but I promise you when this cooks, a lot of that almond flavor is going to just disappear, and it's not going to be as strong as you think. So once we have all of our liquids ready to go, we can add a cup of flour at a time. We're going to have 2 cups total, but you want to sift the flour. So you might even just do a ½ cup at a time. I'll go crazy, do the whole cup. Sifting prevents any clumps of flour in your almond bars or in any baking recipe. So I love sifting flour. I'm going to incorporate this a little bit before I turn my blender on so I don't get flour all over my shirt. Once that's incorporated, we will add our 2nd cup of flour. before you put this in your pan, it's extremely important. Now you move the spatula. I know. Raw egg's bad for you, but it's worth it. I have a 9x9 pan here. You could go a little bigger, but I like a smaller pan because it makes really tall almond bars. Once it is sprayed, you can see how thick and just amazing that batter looks. The last step is to take a handful of slivered almonds and just sprinkle them over the top. And you can use as many almonds or as little as you like. Next, you're going to take about that same amount of sugar. I've got about a handful. I'm going to sprinkle this on the top. Now you actually want the sugar pretty thick, so have a little fun with this. We just want it to crystallize on the top and give the top a little bit of a crunch for a little extra texture. Plus, crystallizing these almonds like that will make it super pretty. Voila. We're going to stick this in the oven at 350 for 30 to 45 minutes. Mine will cook in a 9x9 for about 45 minutes since these are thicker. If you use a bigger pan, start checking it every 30 minutes until it's puffed up evenly and the top is perfectly browned. Okay, our almond bars are done, and if you could smell my house right now, it smells so good. Anytime someone's about to come over to your house, whip these up and your house will smell amazing. So let's give it a taste. You can see all the almonds on the top look caramelized. It's still really hot. Normally when they cool off, they settle more, they get a little denser, and they're really easy to come out, but I'm too hungry, I'm not patient enough. Okay. You can see this. Come in close. This is so dense and so moist and so just, oh. Yep. Perfect. Oh. This looks plain. It looks like vanilla. You know, nothing crazy. It's an explosion of almond extract. There's nothing like this in the world. You've got to taste this. It's incredible. And hope you enjoy.